Hey guys, welcome to Walk the Walkthrough. We have Watch Dogs today, and we're going to do a how-to on online tailing. Now, we haven't seen online tailing yet from Watch Dogs prior to game release. They showed us online hacking, but not online tailing, so there is some confusion out there of what online tailing actually is. If you watch this gameplay, you'll notice right away it puts me in the game and it tells me to profile the target without being seen. I cannot kill the target or be seen by the cops. Now, I have to get a close enough distance in order to profile them from my phone. As you see, I did that. Now, with online tailing, the trick is to blend into the crowd as best as possible so your opponent doesn't see you. Now, unlike online hacking, your opponent is unaware that you are actually tailing them. So it's very key here not to do anything suspicious, because anything that might tip him off might allow him to find you. Online hacking, on the other hand, will tell your opponent right away that they are being hacked and notify them that need to profile the enemy attacking them and they need to eliminate that enemy once they find them. With that being said, online tailing is all about keeping a distance from your opponent while still being able to observe them. As you see, use the third-person camera to your advantage, as I'm doing right now. You can hide behind pillars and other objects to look around them in order to keep a barrier between you and your opponent. Now, you also don't want to get too close because most opponents have their phone out to profile people, and if they can even spin around and just accidentally profile you, you are found and immediately a chase begins. Right here, I almost make a mistake. I think my opponent's running away, but he actually turns around and comes back. My second mistake is I accidentally crouched down and took cover. Luckily, he ran around the corner so fast and didn't see me. I meant to just be standing there and try to blend in, but he ran so fast, didn't see me, didn't profile me, kept going. I stayed my distance, allowed him to run away, and allowed me to get 100% on the profiling. As you see here, he had 0 points, and I got plus score for my notoriety, which is the online point system that stacks you up against other people on the leaderboards for multiplayer. Now, as I mentioned before, online tailing does not notify the enemy player when they're being tailed. However, I want to point out what I tried to do next was immediately join another online contract. I tried to do online tailing once again, and it wasn't letting me. Now, this was a giveaway that someone else was in my game. As you see up top, it then told me you were being invaded. It told me I was being invaded because this is online hacking. Online tailing does not notify you when you're invaded. You can use tricks such as when I noticed I couldn't join an online contract of my own, I could have got a tip that, hey, someone might be tailing me. Instead, they were hacking me as notified by it. If you noticed earlier, there's a purple circle on the screen notifying me the area that he was when he started his hack. Unfortunately, a few seconds of gameplay got corrupted and cut out, but as you see, I was prepared for online hackers and online tailors by already having a sniper rifle bought and equipped within my arsenal. I could pull out my sniper rifle and hunt them down even from a distance. And this is one of my big tips: always be prepared for online hacking. Now, I've done quite a bit of online contracts, which makes me more susceptible for online hackers and online tailors to get into my gameplay. Because I engage with it more, it knows that it goes both ways then. If you do less and less online hacking, Watch Dogs has confirmed that it will kind of note as you don't do it as often, and therefore you won't have as many people intruding on your gameplay as well. As you notice, because I do it so often, as soon as I was done with my online tailing contract, it was within minutes before I already had an online intruder in my gameplay. Now, once again, I went straight into online tailing and I found a match. This time, it starts me in a car. Sometimes it starts you in a car, sometimes on foot, as you saw before. This online tailing mission, he was really close to me when I spawned in. He immediately turned around and I realized I stopped my car, which was kind of suspicious. I slowly started driving by, and as I was doing that, he noticed my stop and I was immediately profiled. Now this time a chase begins. This means I need to evade him and get outside of the white circle on my minimap. He needs to try to hunt me down and kill me. I start driving away and hacking as many traffic lights and barriers as I can. He was already in a car, so I knew this one might be tough and he might be able to catch up to me. However, if you notice my minimap, I slowly get further and further away from him pretty quickly. My car must have been a little faster. He might have hit a few things on the way as well. Inside the circle area, or once enough time has elapsed without him making any progress, you see that 10-second countdown timer until finally I successfully escaped. Once again, I immediately start looking for another online tailing session. This one takes me a few minutes to actually find a match for someone to tail, so I will skip ahead to that gameplay. Okay, so I found another person to tail again on my online contract, and this time, as you see, it also puts me in a car. But if you look at the little profile yellow objective in the top right hand corner area, and now straight ahead, you will see my target's pretty far away. Now, at over 200 meters roughly, it's fine to drive as fast as you can, be a little reckless, as long as you kind of know the direction they're going. Now, I slowly catch up to them, and when I get closer, I start slowing down and trying to blend more in to what a normal computer player would do, opposed to giving myself away too easily, making too much noise, and being too suspicious. Now, I once again try to blend in, but if you look at the profile again, he gets further and further away, which means he's driving pretty fast. I realized I need to catch up to him again, so as you noticed, I started being more reckless and just trying to be in a hurry to catch up. So I drive fast, I weave out in and out of cars, where if you would do this when he's right by the road, that's not something a normal computer NPC citizen would do in a car. They would follow the traffic lights, they would drive the speed limit, so you wouldn't want to do that if he was nearby. Since he's so far away, it's perfectly fine. Right now it's a matter of catch up and not about actually blending in. I also want to note, if your opponent gets too far away, as long as you don't profile them like I did to start the observation, you can also quit the contract with no penalty. However, once I start the observation like I did now, I can't quit without a penalty. I have to continue the mission. So right now, to continue the mission, I try to keep my distance, but at the same time get close enough so I can continue to observe him. If you notice, when he starts driving faster and further away, a warning signal pops up letting me know, hey, get in line of sight of your target again, otherwise you're going to fail the mission. You also notice right before that warning popped up, the observation percentage was not going up, which also kind of gives you a warning before the actual physical screen warning to let you know you should probably get closer because you're not actually in viewing distance of them and you can't actually see them. So this guy apparently crashed into something and I went flying by him, but I noticed he wasn't moving and continued to turn around, come back this way, and observe him. I want to note about 100 meters seems to be the safe observing distance. Too much further than that, it seems like they get out of your line of sight. Luckily for me, it seemed this guy stopped, went flying by him, and allowed me to complete the observation tailing with 100%. He probably went into the main menu. I want to note what I do next. I pull up my map and I wanted to fast travel to my hideout to just save the game and stop, when I realized once again I couldn't go there. This also tipped me off that, hey, someone's probably in my game. Before I realized if it was online tailor or if it was an online hacker, it already told me I was being invaded, which means it's an online hacker. So I immediately started running around trying to find him. If you notice, no hack has started yet. There's no percentage going, which means he did not initiate the backdoor virus. He, luckily for me, went flying around the corner and I saw him right away. I profiled him and I tried to shoot him a couple times with the sniper rifle as he flew by. Unfortunately, his car was much faster than mine that I jumped into, and I slowly tried to catch up. As you noticed, I was also trying to get my equipment in line and pick out what I wanted if I caught up to him. Unfortunately, like I said, my car was way too slow. He was going way too fast for me, and you'll see he's about to escape as the timer counts down. What I'd like to point out, though, is even though he escaped me, I still profiled him before he could start his hack or hack me, so I still get positive points for that, even though he escaped. He still got positive points because he did escape, even though I found him. If I would have been able to kill him, though, he would have gotten negative points because he didn't even start the backdoor virus, and I would have profiled him, and I would have killed him, which would have completely failed his contract. This wraps up the online tailing how-to, tips, and tricks. Thanks again for watching. Give me a like. Please subscribe, and see you next time.